Hello, it is Sunday, July 24th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday crossword, which means we're going to be solving a big, jumbo-themed grid. In my defense, I always enjoy when they have a title, and that title will correspond to a theme that we'll discover soon. As I mentioned yesterday, for the next few weeks, I'm going to be on a more compressed morning schedule, so I might try and solve this just a bit more speedily than I would an ordinary Sunday puzzle, but we'll just have to see how that goes, won't we? And this big Sunday edition, this defensive edition of the Daily Solve, has been brought to us by Josh Allen, Mike from Vermont, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the five of them. They are benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They keep this whole thing going. For that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those five and to everybody who's a patron of the channel. If you'd like to join those ranks yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as, for benefactors, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. There's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server via a description field link, and it's a big help if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel via the Patreon or in any other way. And now let's get on to the crossword by John Eubank, who I think has constructed around half a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano, and it's entitled intriguingly, In My Defense, ellipsis. So we'll have to see what this is about. Let's start solving. Fills as a moving van, packs up or packs in or something like that, maybe. Hot blank, breakfast side. Hot links, hot... if it were links, actually, like sausages, then this could be loads, maybe. Loads up a moving van? I'm not sure, but let's try this. Global protection. Ozone, the ozone layer. Okay, good. One-time pyramid builder, Aztec, the Aztec Empire. Okay, go out on a limb. Go out on a limb. Dive, I don't really think that makes sense. Bassist cook of Creedence Clearwater Revival. I do not know who the bassist of Creedence Clearwater Revival is. Could be Stu or Sal or something. Sam. Email address often. Name or... Right, so what do we think this is? Probably loads in. I don't think loads on really makes sense. So what's an email address often? An ID? I don't know. Wannabe. Okay, loads up. Oh, user ID, email address. Wannabe is a poser. There we go. Okay, good. This is all working out. So what's oh really informally? Oh, is that so? I guess that's spelled in the way that if you were speaking it in a slightly elided way, it might sound, is that so? All right, and here's a theme clue. All crossword fans love this puzzle. Anyone who doesn't love this puzzle can't be a real crossword fan. This is the no true Scotsman fallacy. So what? Maybe the puzzle. Oh, right. Okay, I think this puzzle might be. Maybe we're going to list logical fallacies by way of examples of those logical fallacies. I mean, I might not actually know them all, but let's find out and see. But no true Scotsman is the idea of sort of discounting someone's opinion, essentially, or claim by saying, well, no true Scotsman would fail to do this or would do such and such. And then the idea is, taken on and on, you'd end up with no one who could possibly qualify as a true Scotsman. But also, it's not it's not in and of itself a sort of logical proof or disproof. Okay, go out. So I think that's right. I'm very confident that's correct. Seat for a toddler. A knee. You could have a toddler on your knee. And then to go out on a limb is to dare to do something. Bachelor's last words. I do, I suppose. And after which you are no longer a bachelor. You're married. Part of a sleeve in brief. Not sure offhand. Incorrect. I'm not sure about that one either. What about this? River through the Black Forest. Does the Danube go through the Black Forest? Seems like it geographically may well. Oh, part of a sleeve in brief. A tattoo. So, big sleeve tattoo is what that is. Great. Government lead into cart. Instacart? Did I say government? I meant commercial. What did I think I might have read that in my brain did something there. Commercial lead into cart. Is Instacart, is that an app or something? I don't know. It sounds like it would be. Let's try it and see. Incorrect. It is, no, I was going to say it is not, but that doesn't fit. Maybe just it isn't. Yeah, the same idea. Region of ancient Mesopotamia, Sumers and Sumeria. Pieces of apparel that might have concert dates printed on them. Tees, t-shirts, merchandise shirts with the tour information on the back. Pro hoopsters are NBAers, so players in the National Basketball Association, I guess. React to a sensitive subject, say tense. You could tense up if you're made to be nervous. Oh, and loads up turned out to be true, so I forget if I acknowledged that. Bygone auto initials. REO is is a defunct auto make, which served as the namesake for the band REO Speedwagon, referencing a model of their cars. Pixar movie with the song Un Poco Loco. It must be Coco, which I really enjoyed. I don't remember what that song is specifically, but I do remember liking that film. Why was this chosen as today's puzzle? Because it's great. What makes it great? I mean, it was chosen for publication. That's a circular argument. Or circular reasoning. That's what it is. It's an example of circular reasoning. There we go. Okay, so yes, we're still within the realm of logical fallacies, which is what I thought we would be doing. Singer with #1 hits in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Cher, probably. That seems very, very, very likely. Kind of candidate. You could be a PhD candidate defending your doctorate. Let's see, our doctorate thesis. Plastic Ono Band. Yes, Plastic Ono Band. Yoko Ono, the official female solo artist of the New York Times Crossword, has made a return in today's Sunday puzzle by way of her band, featuring her name. Insensitive, in a way, would be insensitive, un-PC maybe, sort of not politically correct. That could be a manner in which someone might be insensitive. Comic book sound, to say something offensive. Comic book sound, pow, maybe, is a sort of representation of a punch, perhaps. Style, your style could be your look. And where Barbie is originally from, according to her creators. Women something? Woman something? I'm not sure. Let's come back to that. Let's put in. I promise I don't know if it's women or woman, singular or plural. So let's put that in and see if it happens to work. What did I say? Okay, I don't know if that's right. I'm just going to delete it. Okay, I sent this crossword to 100 friends, and 2 of them really liked it. Something about anecdotal? No, well. I don't know. I'll be curious to see what this is. Let's see if we can figure it out. Treatment whose name suggests its long-lasting effects. A perm, permanent press, permanent, not, permanent treatment of one's hair. Tear is a spree, as in a shopping spree would be a sort of tear, I would think, in the sense of doing something unreservedly in a kind of wild manner. Quarrel could be quarrel, to argue, to fight, to have a spat. Quarrel could be a noun or a verb, I guess. So I don't know. Snap. That's a pretty vague definition as well. Stationary snacks. Stationary stacks. So this could be stationary as in things you write on, but it could be stationary as an adjective, meaning immobile. And I don't know. Okay. Make like a nomad would be to roam, to not live in the same location indefinitely. Quarrel is Strop, maybe? I don't think so. That's more of what a person does. If you have a strop, you have a bit of a fit. Balance provider. Not sure about that either. Yeah, I don't know. Yippee, okay. Cause to pop, say. I guess Yippee could be Yahoo or something. Oh, yeah, you could have a Y follow two R's. Sent this crossword to 100 friends, and 2 of them really liked it. I wish I could see what this was. I'm still not sure. Cause to pop, say you could poke something or pluck it, or cause to pop like a balloon. Burst it? That sort of is the popping, though. That's not the causing. Summer treat. Don't know. This bit right here is more difficult than the earlier bits were for me. Semi-monthly tide. Is that the neap tide? Oh, this probably ends with ing. Okay, still not sure. Leader of the Pacemakers in 1960s pop. Oh, this sounds familiar. Someone and the Pacemakers. Oh, is it? No. No, I'm not sure offhand. What did I say? I don't know. 16th birthday present, sometimes. A car, I suppose, since that's the driving age in many places. So what is this? Where Barbie is originally from? Wichita? I think that's not how you'd spell that anyway. Wisconsin. There we go. Okay, there we go. I guess she's from the state of Wisconsin. I had no idea. But there we have it. What did I say? See? You might say. See? What did I say? Just take a look. Oh, is it Jerry and the Pacemakers? That sort of sounds familiar. Capiche? You dig, maybe? As in, do you get it? Do you understand? Or it could be you see. I kind of like you dig more because it feels more slangy in the way that the clue does, given how it's spelled. So let's see if that works. Weapon for Achilles. I would have assumed he used a spear. I don't remember this. 4-time FIFA World Cup winner. 4-time. Spain or Italy. Maybe. Let's see. Great heavens. Okay, so I think I was wrong about capiche, clearly. Opposite of bien. So that's good in French, and mal is bad. So that could be the answer. Great heavens. Oh my. No, this is capiche. Still struggling here. Weapon for Achilles. Okay, it could be a spear. Capiche. Maybe this isn't Jerry. I'm not sure. Many, many years would be an eon, a very long, indefinite amount of time. Beetlejuice question mark. Gas, because this is referring to a Volkswagen Beetle, that classic car model. You'd fill with gas or petrol. Last sips could be the dregs, so just the very end of maybe a glass of something. If you criticize, oh, here we go. If you this is slippery slope. If you criticize the puzzle, where will it end? Before long, you'll be criticizing your mother's cooking. Yes, that is the slippery slope fallacy. That the assumption or the claim that one particular action or change will lead to inevitably an increasingly extreme version of those things. Cry from a hockey commentator would be goal. There we go. And what's more, one of these friends won the lottery right after solving it. Coincidence? I think not. This is something about correlation rather than causation. It's probably not even correlation, but not in a case of one. Well, it's quite obviously a logical fallacy, but I can't quite see which one. I can't remember or think how to phrase it. Great heavens. Ah, me, maybe? Is that another? Would that work with this? Capiche. I still don't see what that one is. And the 4-time winner probably is Italy. So capiche. You understand? What is it? Locale, a site, a place. Whoops. And giggle is to titter, maybe, that's a way to refer to someone giggling. Let's see if that works. Capiche. I don't understand. Oh, clear. Is it clear? No, that doesn't work with this. I don't think. Jarek. I don't think that's going to be it. I don't. I don't know why that's so hard. A fishing spot. A pier, maybe you could sit on a pier fishing. Sport with the rank Yokozuna Grand Champion. That must be sumo wrestling. And then Old Testament book Amos, maybe. And then what you better not do if in Santa Claus is coming to town. You better not pout. That's the line from the song. There we go. Fixed sum for some. Shipping? No, it's too long. Erases. Something's out. So fixed sum, a stipend. You might get maybe a per diem, a sort of daily stipend, for instance, on a business trip, something like that. A fixed amount of money. Erases is X's out, or don't know. Corkscrew-shaped pasta is rotini. There we go. Capable is, I don't know about that either. Sort of able, or what, in 6 letters? I don't know. Erases, rubs out. There we go, with an eraser or rubber. And capable is up to it or something? Could be. Very conservative player in poker lingo, do not know. What Homer Simpson gives to Marge as jewelry? Oh, I have no idea. Onion something? Certain cyborgs. Biotic men. Yes, okay. There we go. So sort of people who have gained a certain proportion of, electronic or robotic elements. Country on the Gulf of Guinea. Country on the Gulf of Guinea. I feel like I should be able to just immediately write this in. My mind is going blank. Camera that comes with a head strap, a GoPro. There we go. And then did we look at this? Mars a star. Bruno Mars? Or maybe... Oh, right. Biotic. Did I say biotic or did I say bionic? And then right. Biotic. I don't remember which I actually said aloud, but in any case, I wrote it incorrectly. So Mars a star. This must be Bruno Mars. There we go. And then harmonize is attuned. So if you harmonize with something, you sort of get attuned to it. Oh, Gabon. There we go. That's the country clearly on the Gulf of Guinea. And then very conservative player in poker lingo is a nit. New to me. This is onion something. Oh, onion ring. Okay. Yes, that's very Homer Simpson would be to give his wife an onion ring as a gift. Light beige is a crew. That's a color. And then tourists aid guide. Oops, I misspelled it again. All kinds of typos today. I hope I haven't left little disastrous landmines throughout this grid to discover upon the attempt to validate. Anyway, tourist aid would be a guide. So this is Nintendo avatar. So me, that's a little sort of cartoon person associated with a user on Nintendo's consoles. And then hint of color is a tinge. Good. Hadn't seen that one yet. Story blank, balance provider, shrank from, cowed from, or something like that. If you shrank from a problem, you sort of cowed. I don't know. I'm not sure that's right because I'm sure there are other possibilities, and this one might not be the closest possible. Summer treat. So it could be aids, as in lemonades or limeades, that kind of thing. Okay, so what about this fallacy? I sent this crossword to 100 friends, and 2 of them really liked it. Oh, cherry picking. That's what it is. This isn't AIDS, it's ices. There we go. Cherry picking, of course. That's an extremely classic fallacy. There we go. Great. Good. So you've just picked the evidence that accords with what you already want to believe. Quarrel is a scrum or a scrap. Balance provider. Oh, maybe ATM, an automated teller machine, a cash point. Might tell you your bank balance. And then a quarrel would be a scrap, so a bit of an argument. And then a snap is a photo. There we go, of course. Stationary snacks are reams. It was, right? Okay, it was stationary as in things you write on. So it'd be reams of paper. And here we have, right, this is this one again. Once more, one of those friends won the lottery right after solving it. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, post hoc, ergo propter hoc. Yes. So I think what this is basically, I don't know Latin, so I can't translate this exactly, but I've never tried to actually parse this into English before directly, but it looks like what it basically means is, because something was away in the end, therefore this must be the cause. So it's a kind of retroactive justification or explanation based on something that just happened to happen afterwards. But this doesn't demonstrate that the thing in question actually caused the outcome. Okay, cause to pop, say, pinch, maybe? Oops. I don't think count is right. Yippee, it is Yahoo. There we go. Story arc, right? Okay, so you could have a particular plot line or something. And then causes to pop, okay, so you prick a balloon. And then shrank from is shied from. That's much better. That's much better than count. Okay, aimed for is shot at. If you shot at someone, you aim for them. Piece worth approximately 5 pawns. A rook, I suppose, in chess. Hunter's construction would be a trap to catch animals. Paintball impact sound would be a splat. Leaf opening, not sure. Leaf opening, not sure. Lizard's grippers are pads to grip surfaces. Let's see. Slow-witted sort. Dunce or, not sure. Number in a recap. And expresses disapproval in a way. Maybe sort of clicks with your mouse, the sort of tisk going, that sort of thing. Maybe not, though. Maybe, tuts. Yeah, tut. There we go. That's another way of expressing disapproval in 3 letters starting with a T. Slow-witted sort. So maybe a dumb... And we'll come back to it. Number in a recap. Punishment for goofing off in practice, perhaps. Not sure. Lapse or something like that. Oh, maybe this is a dullard. Slow-witted sort would be... A dullard might be a slow-witted sort. You don't really sort of respond to things quickly or wittily. So punishment for goofing... Yeah, okay, so it is laps. You run laps as punishment for goofing off in practice for some kind of sport or something. Number in a recap is... I'm not sure somehow. Plot ruiner would be a spoiler, so no spoilers, please. No plot ruining for me. Enlightened state in Zen Buddhism is... I don't know. This might be one I recognize, but I don't have it offhand. Humble reply to a compliment. I try. There we go. That's probably what it is. Part of a flawed argument. Oh, here we go. Part of a flawed argument, examples of which are seen throughout this puzzle. That's it. Logical fallacy. We finally get to actually write that phrase into the grid, and it was that phrase. So good. I'm pleased about that. And I guess we still have... Oh, right. We haven't read this yet. Besides, the New York Times said it was good. This is an appeal to authority? Yes, there we go. Okay. So obviously it can be useful to have someone in a position of authority say something's good, but that in and of itself is not a logical argument. Although they might have made logical arguments in the sort of article you're pulling from that you could then deploy. Enlightened state in Zen Buddhism. Right. I wish I knew what this was. Maybe I don't. Prodded is if you prodded someone to do something, you urged them. Like a dramatic 9th inning run, perhaps. Maybe you're tying up the game. Sort of at the last minute. That could be it. I'm not sure that's right, but it seems like it could be. Previously, poetically. Ere now, so before now. Ere being a poetic expression of before. Enlightened state in Satori? I don't know. What fingerprints and mountains have? Ridges. Okay, yes. So this is Satori. I mean, I might have come across this concept before. Seems unfortunate that I didn't just have it in my head, but I don't think I did. So there we go. We'll move on. Way. The correct way could be the correct path, for instance. And here we have MXN on a currency chart, peso, so the Mexican currency. And then an Aberdeen denial is nay. So this is actually, speaking of Scotsman, this would be no. As you might hear it in Aberdeen, which is serving as a representative of Scotland in general. Organization whose website has a What Can I Bring section, the TSA, the Transport Security Agency, I think. And Asia's Aral Sea, there we go. It's a famous geographical feature. And go on, and you might say, just for kicks. You did it just for kicks. You did it in fun. It was all in fun. Not touched in a way is unused or not sure. 13,000 plus foot peak in Yosemite. I've been to Yosemite. I don't remember what this is. Mount Dana? Sort of sounds vaguely familiar. Credulous quality. Yes, it is that, because credulous quality is naivete. There we go. So if you're credulous, you're naive, you're gullible, or you might fall for things. Gift tied together with string, a lei. So there we go. So flower garland associated with Hawaii. Not touched in a way is uneaten. Maybe your plate has gone completely untouched. It's uneaten. And an Eastern European, so many Eastern Europeans are Slavs, members of a Slavic people. And then overjoy is to elate someone, to make them very happy. Don't play on a musical score. Ah, right, tacit. This is a word that I often, well, not often, but I certainly have used in Wordle before. And it's always a bad idea, because it's slightly too obscure a word for Wordle to consider it at the end, whereas tacit with an I is a much more common word in English. Funny girl composer Jewel. Jewel, oh, I know this name, but I can't think. Trisolarians and the Three-Body Problem, e.g. for sure. Well, I've never read the Three-Body Problem, but I know that it's a science fiction series, so presumably these are ETs or extraterrestrials. Oh, Stein. Yes, Jewel Stein. That does sound familiar now that I had only one cross remaining. And then here we have blind piece, which is a slat, so blinds on your windows, for instance. Great. Oh, we have to finish this part out, don't we? Capiche. It must be, no. Oh, no, okay, so I put in the Y for Jerry, and then immediately saw this is you hear, so it's a contracted version of do you hear it? Do you get it? You hear? So there we go. All right, no wonder I didn't get that earlier, but there we finally do. So great heavens is oh me, there we go, slightly quaint expression of despair. And then night blank bird, night heron, that's a bird. Mammal endemic to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Is it an okapi? Squeeze out, yes, to squeeze out a living, say, would be to eke it out. And gives up his seeds, as in territory or an argument. Blank gift, common spring purchase. Grad gift? Graduation gift? Never heard that said as grad gift before. It might be wrong. But that would allow a copy to be right, so I think that probably is correct. And then noise at a beer festival. Glug, maybe? People drinking, a big glass of beer. World capital or the name of its Gulf, Tunis. There we go, of Tunisia. And then a hotel visit would be a stay in that hotel. Certain publication and brief would be a magazine. So I think this all worked out well. So this must be grad gift. I guess that's a phrase people use. Leaf opening, story with many dimensions. I don't know if the punny bit means it's different dimensions of time and space in a science fiction context, or dimensions as in, three-dimensional characters, fully fleshed out characters and stories, but I'm not sure. Time to celebrate. Let's party. There we go. Soon we'll get the little jingle and we can party for having completed this puzzle. Aged well is, I don't know. What is it? Why do I not see what this is? Aged well. Yeah, I don't. All together as one. Model material, balsa. So balsa is often used to make sort of model aircraft, things like that, because it's such a light wood. Home of Mount Doom in The Lord of the Rings. Mordor is the sort of evil place, I guess, in The Lord of the Rings. Corpulent. Someone corpulent could be large or rotund. And then Zoom alternative. Skype is a Zoom alternative that, boy, did that decline in the post-Zoom world. Okay, it doesn't even seem to be promoted by its own think Microsoft owns it, but they seem to be all in on Teams, so Skype really got left behind. Anyway, aged well is held up. Oh, right, I see. I was trying to think of aged well in the sense of, this cheese or this wine aged well and sort of deepened in complexity. But no, it meant aged well as in just sort of stuck around, lasted, it still works, it's still good, held up. Sled dog command, mush, to propel the sled dogs onward, pulling you in your sled. And then leaf opening. Oh, yeah, stoma. Okay, this is funny. When I first saw this, my thought was, it's probably stoma or something like that. But because I don't actually remember all of the details of plant anatomy, I thought, well, that's just the obvious plant part. It's probably not actually the one in question here, but it turns out it was. So by complete, not through any deep knowledge, but just through word association, basically. That one came to me earlier. I just didn't write it in. Lizards' grippers are toe pads. That makes sense. And then to make a choice is to opt for something, to choose it. And good. So unlike yesterday, I did not have to run back through the grid. And I just noticed, actually, that my streak is starting to get to the point where it's going to overlap with the current year. So it looks like in a few months, I'll be at a streak of 2024. Anyway, there we go. Let's look at our theme. I really liked this. A theme full of logical fallacies, parts of flawed arguments, examples of which are seen throughout this puzzle. And so our logical fallacies here are no true Scotsman, circular reasoning, cherry picking, post hoc ergo propter hoc, slippery slope, and finally the appeal to authority. And of course, there are more than those, but these are some very common logical fallacies that you might encounter when people are trying to convince you of something. And there we have it. That was the Sunday Crossword in My Defense by John Eubank. Very well themed, well titled, and well executed. So thanks to him, and thanks to you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow with the much quicker, especially quicker because it's a speedrun day, Monday puzzle, another themed crossword, but on an ordinary sized grid. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.